I don't know if you can hear that, the machinery, but off in that direction, about 1.25 miles, give or take, as the crow flies, is where the well's being drilled. And I can hear it. That means they're going deeper. And my money is going in a hole. Let's hope it's worth it. Well, it looks like summer is over, folks. Time to get this old camp ready to heat. Yeah, a lot of stuff in there. But it's all loose now. We'll just scrape it out and clean it up and get this baby breathing. Mama gets the job.
This is my job.
My hands don't fit in there.
I know. The curse of being small.
That's a blessing. It's a blessing. All that stuff that come out of the chimney. And she's pushing that all from above the oven. It's 41 degrees when we woke up this morning. So it's time to get the chimney clean and the kitchen queen ready for action once again. She goes, yeah, Daddy, we're gonna get the fire going. We're gonna get the fire going because she loves a good huggy buggy rockabye by the wood stove. She wants a good rockabye by the wood stove. She's ready. Oh, I know. I know. Mama's got her butt in the camera. She's going off grid.
We'll get more videos that
way.
Yay!
More views. I want to go down that road again. Get another 39-minute hissy fit.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
I might be able to get more of it from back here. Let me see that. I'm not sure that'll fit in here. Yeah, this is one of the big deals involved with cooking with wood.
That's right.
Just call me Cinderella.
What's Mommy doing behind the wood stove? You don't know? Oh, she did a good job. It's all cleaned out, and now the heat can go under the oven and over the oven, and everything is ready for action. The season is winding down, so we've decided to pull the garden. Some things did better than others, but all in all, we had a good run of it. No complaints here, man. Look how soft and moist that soil is. It's just so soft. Oh, there was a nice worm. I just saw him. Look at that. Yeah. Just wonderful stuff. We'll layer this again with all kinds of compost. Whatever we rake off of the ground will go right on top. That's gardener's gold right there, man. It's a fat one.
Yep.
Short and stubby. Yeah, a couple of real good ones right there. Yeah.
Nice
That's
squash.
a good one.
I guess so.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them like this.
I know. Got a lot of little ones, but that's a beauty.
Yep.
That one's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
They're nice.
I saw a big tomato. Oh, getting chewed on now.
Well, that was a nice one.
Yeah.
That was a nice one.
I really think the juncos are doing this because I see them all throughout the garden. But we've picked so many tomatoes.
Oh, I know.
They can,
Yeah.
nice group of them here.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Maybe they should have been picked sooner.
That one looks good.
I'm gonna grab these. I know they don't have the same color as those, but we're starting to get stuff chewed on in the garden.
Yeah. Hey, I got another little zucchini.
You do? Ah, I walk right by that.
We'll have this for breakfast.
Sounds good.
Oh, what you got
Flowers for the lady. They're on their way out.
Well,
enjoy them while you can.
You can enjoy them, yeah.
It's really, these zinnias have been blooming all summer.
I know. They're
There you go.
wonderful cut flower. Thank you.
Maybe she'll make me a cornbread because of that.
Can't believe we're still picking cucumbers though.
I know it.
These look pretty nice.
Those are really good ones. Yeah,
Not sure if I can reach this one without pulling the whole vine down.
I can get it. Still picking.
Yeah.
Those look real good.
Yeah.
The vines are really dying back. This one looks better. The lower portion's pretty bad. As you know, I'm always experimenting, and my experiment with the greenhouse this year was I was only feeding these plants in here well water. And I noticed a big difference between the health of the plants from inside the greenhouse to outside, because the ones outside were being rained on. But the well that I get the water for the greenhouse has gone dry. It's been dry about a month. So for about the last month, I've been feeding all the plants in here the rainwater off of this roof. Now these plants are dying back, it's starting to look horrible, and they've been doing that for about a month. But the ones outside died back and looked just like this about 2 months ago. So whether or not the stuff dying off in here has anything to do with the rainwater or not, I don't really know. But this vine is looking a lot better than that one, and this one's been getting the well water, and it still is a little bit because I got a little bit left in my barrel, and I just run a short hose into there. So this one has been getting more well water than rainwater. But both plants are still producing. Oh, you forgot one, Mama. It's laying on the shelf up here. It looks kind of funky though. Oh no, that's just a leaf. Yeah. Oh wow, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, it's a good little pick.
Today.
Yeah.
This was one of my experiments. Never tried to grow squash indoors. And it grew nice. Remember, it grew way up and went all the way across. There was 2 or 3 squash here in the tub. Nice sized ones that grew. But all of these, as they were growing up, there was flowers and little tiny squash, and then they would cull. And come to find out that this butternut, it's one of the plants that vines along the ground, and it will root itself as it goes along. So when it was coming up here at every flower, it had like a little root, and since the root wasn't getting into any dirt, it would just cull off the squash. So the ones that were down here in the tub grew beautiful, but I think we really only got 2 or 3 squash out of this experiment. So well, I had cut all the plant way back to see what would happen, and it didn't seem to suffer any trauma, but it didn't produce any more squash. So to grow squash, butternuts anyway, indoors, they got to vine along the ground. So I did learn that. The zucchini I put in here grew beautifully. It produced, I don't know, 4 or 5 zucchini. But that's it. It was a big, beautiful plant, though, huh, Mama?
It was.
Yeah. So I won't be doing this again, but it's always fun to try stuff. I didn't know we could grow cucumbers indoors either.
Yeah.
And we are at 430 cukes.
That is amazing.
As we've been showing the cucumbers, people have asked me, how many plants did we have? And I wasn't exactly sure because it was a jungle, but now everything's died back and I can see. This bed has 3 plants, and this bed over here, there's a plant there and a plant here. So there's 5 cucumber plants indoors, and these plants have produced over 300, somewhere around 330 or 340 cucumbers out of these 5 plants. And what was outside in the raised bed was approximately 5 plants in total, and we've gotten about 100 cukes outside. So this is what we just yanked out of the garden here. There's still a few butternuts, 4 or 5 in the garden that look like this. They haven't gotten to this color, but something's starting to chew on the squash, so we picked half of these and left the other half. So we have 31 of the butternuts.
Yeah, and we've cooked a couple butternuts so far, and a spaghetti squash too.
And this is all we got of these. I'm not sure which one of these are a buttercup. We planted buttercup squash, and then there was this big squash. It was like this, but it was huge. It was just like this, but it was like this big. And the tag on it, or the sticker on it, said Kumbacha or Kumbaka or something. I think Lori looked it up, and in Japanese it just means squash. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever it was good. So we planted a few of the seeds, but
Well, they didn't have prime garden space, so
no, they
you
didn't.
know,
They were outside the garden.
and they were kind of neglected.
Yeah, they were. So anyway, we got little ones. So let's check the tally board and see how the garden has fared this year. So the totals for this year's harvest: cucumbers, we are at 430, but there's still more coming. So we'll see what happens. Zucchinis, we have picked 76, pumpkins 4, corn about 80 ears, beans roughly 14 quarts, strawberries 20 quarts. I thought we picked more than that, but I'm not sure. So we put 20. Swiss chard, again, we didn't keep real good track of that. Picked about 9 big batches of that. The butternuts, 37. Buttercup, only 3. Those funky ones, Kumbacha or whatever they are, we got 5. Spaghetti squash was real poor. We only got 6. Last year we did pretty good with the spaghetti squash. Horrible with the butternuts. This year, real good with the butternuts, and that's good because butternuts are my favorite squash. Got a lot of little ones though, but that's all right. We'll take them. There's still flowers on this plant. Look at this. More cukes. But these raised beds, I mean, look at the amount of produce has come out of them. So the soil in it must be pretty depleted. But nonetheless, it's still making fruit. Spreading out the birch bark.
Yep, gonna get it good and dry. We're gonna be needing it.
Greenhouse is a good place for it. We gotta collect some more though.
Yeah. Gotta round up our kindling too.
In the winter, when the fire's burning 24 hours a day, we very rarely need any birch bark or kindling. But at this time of the year, when you have a fire in the morning or in the evening, just to take the chill out of the air, you're kindling fires all the time. So we go through more of it, but we need it for the workshop too, and we're going to need quite a bit of it. But I just harvested a whole bunch of birch and some nice bark on
We'll
it.
have to peel it off.
Yeah. Mama says she wants more kindling. Chop, chop. So that's what I do. I'm chopping up all the scraps and cut-offs from our building projects. And it looks like we've got a good batch of it. Kindling. It's what we got. Nice stack, Mama.
That'll do.
I think so. I can't pass up a good building stone when I see one. And these will go into the fire pit over at the bush camp. When you're cooking with wood and heating with wood, you need wood. Lots of it. So we put up a nice batch of oak and maple, some birch and cherry, ash and beech. And now with the stove and chimney all cleaned and the firewood and fire starter all cached away and the veggies put up, it's time to harvest some meat. And venison is on the menu in this camp.
Another cold, rainy day here, so I thought a pot of chili would be nice to get on the stove. I'm glad we got that wood stove cleaned out because the heat feels really good, and that way I can get something simmering. The rain's supposed to clear off in a few hours, around 4 o'clock. JC's going to go out and do a little hunting. So it'll be nice when he comes in to have a hot meal simmering on the wood stove, the smell, the aroma coming through the house. Probably throw a cornbread in the oven. A good day for chili. I usually get everything started here on the gas stove because it's handy to where I'm working. Then once I get it all heated, start to simmer, then I'll move it over to the wood stove. I actually canned a lot of tomatoes this year, but I also took some shortcuts and saved a little time by just chopping them and putting them in a freezer container.
I can hear a bull moose grunting. I bet you it's going to come right up this corridor. This tree stands in a good spot. Let's see. That was really cool. Exciting. You hear him grunting the whole time. It was awesome. Gets the old ticker going though, I'll tell you. It was about 5 yards from my ladder. Amazing. Cool stuff.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go, there's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end, Frankie and the boss, Frankie and the boss, Frankie and the boss.